Hey everybody, it's Bust, continuing our playthrough of the Path of Champions. Today, we're taking on the 4-star quest, the Star Forger. We'll be doing so with our 2-star Evelynn. To get you familiar with our Evelynn, we have the 2-star power, so we get the +1 starting mana. The first time a follower is killed each round, that's going to be either our units or our opponent's units, as long as it's a non-champion. You get a fleeting copy of it in your hand. And then the Peak of Ecstasy is the big build-around card. When you level up an allied champion, you give your allies everywhere +1/+1. This ties in heavily with the Husk theme, to where we play a Husk, it gets +1/+1. A new unit comes down and eats the Husk, gets that +1/+1 that the Husk was granted, and then the unit itself gets +1/+1 from the ability. It lets us build up really big boards. And so that is the big Evelynn build-around feature. To get you familiar with our relics, we have upgraded a bit since the last video. Our champion level is a little bit higher. We do have the ability now to where we draw a champion at the start of the game, and we have the second rare relic, so we've changed up our relics just a little bit. The Crown Heart Inheritance to give the rally on level up, the other big Evelynn tie-in. As I say in all of these videos, you need a way to either overwhelm, elusive, or rally if you actually want to kill the opponent. Otherwise, you're just going to have 100 stats on the board and never deal any damage. The rally here lets us get that rally that we're looking for. Rallies let you rally, in case you didn't quite get that. In terms of the other updates here, we have the Voidbone Carapace. We've used this to replace the Chameleon's Necklace. Now that we get to draw a champion at the beginning of the game, I don't feel like there's as much necessity to carry that common relic. And so the Voidbone Carapace ties in very nicely with the Husks, so that when any unit dies, you give Evelynn its keywords. And so that's who we're going to be doing battle with today. Let's head on in, see if we can't get this clicked on. We did it. Nothing else, man. I'm getting way better at clicking on those battles. Used to take 10, 12, 15 clicks. Who knows? Now we can get it in under 5. The path to improvement on the path of champions. All right, so let's dive on in. What do we got for the powers? Spells cost 1 less. Absolutely fantastic. This is a cheaty type power. I always want to have powers that let us cheat, whether or not it's Spell Slinger, created cards cost 1 less, sorcery, free mana gem. I like the ways that let us cheat on mana or spells. You know, if we get a slow but steady to duplicate our spells, then that's fine as well. Otherwise, Fixer Upper can be quite strong in this deck. We end a lot of turns with a Husk on the board, and we can transfer that +3/+3 to another unit. But nothing here kind of combat-oriented is going to outdo the Spell Slinger. We can come in and build around this, and this will really help us as we get to the more challenging battles like Aurelion Sol, to where being fast is what is super important. And so, Spell Slinger in. Gonna battle Swain. Let's see what we got here. So he gets the mana gems every turn, sure. And then at the round start, he deals 1 to all of the player's damaged units. Got it, Swain. It's not very nice of you, but we'll do our best to deal with it. So, all right, in terms of our starting hands, I want to have a Husk. Soltur is the premier Husk generator, since he can be played on the first turn. And then we want to be finding an Evelynn. So when we have that draw a champion thing, we know on the first turn of the game, we're going to draw an Evelynn, right? She's the only champion in our deck. But as we get to these other battles, we'll have to mulligan for her a little bit more aggressively. Okay, so not really interested in doubling up this Husk. Let's just add in Vora. You know, she can manage this combat as it stands. She'll die next turn, but that's okay. And then we can look to start building up this Evelynn. All right, let's just see if it'll let us clear the board. Nope. It says I want to take that damage bust. Bring it upon me. I want to be one with the damage. All right, what you got for us now, dude? Swain? Bringing the Swain train right in? So big. We get a blocker down another way. Is Evelynn our only blocker here? That's gonna have to be okay. Just don't have a way to get a 3 power on the board. But, you know, we're gonna have some positives here. This does... Well, I guess that's the way we should have looked at it, right? The Evelynn's gonna level up, and then we can look to block Swain with Soltur. That's the way to look at it. Alright. We should be much better now. So blocking Swain. We could... Well, this will be 1 less damage. I was going to say, we could probably get out of this game with the kill next turn, but our Evelynn didn't hit elusive, and that's kind of awkward. Oh, snap. All right, dude. You want to be like that? I guess that's the way to do it. Not very nice. All right, so how do we start over here? Unfortunately, our Evelynn is flipped on this side, and then she's going to, next time we play a unit, it's going to kill the husk, and then she's going to stay perma-flipped. And so, kind of a bummer having it happen like this. See any other way around these, though. I guess we could just get a bunch of units on the board, now that, like, Salter and Vora can come in and block Swain, and then try for get a kill, like, 2 turns from now. All right, let's go for the... Yeah, I can't even really go for the value package, right? Replaying the Fading Husk. Okay, we'll do it this way. Salter, you're coming in. We're going to replay the Husk after that. Let us keep living the big life with the elusives here. And then hopefully we got enough blocking for the next turn. Adding in the Leviathan, little scary. Not going to lie, that's a little scary. Let's see what we can do. We can come in for 12. Alright. I've been in worse spots before. you know, life's been more challenging than this. I'll give it that. And Prankster. Sure, so we're not taking a ton of damage here. We'll take a bit of overwhelm from the Leviathan, but otherwise not a lot. Is that really all you're bringing? Just 1 damage? Alright. So we've still got 8 power of Elusive on the board along with the Phantom Prankster. We should be good. We'll take 3 more from the Leviathan, but... Oh, that is going to be a problem, isn't it? I neglected to think that our Prankster was going to take damage, and now he's going to start getting backline stuns with the Leviathan. I think we're still okay, but that was a little not awesome. I don't know what's in his deck well enough, but he stuns the strongest, right? When you deal non-combat damage to an enemy, stun the strongest, so... Oh, and it's a backline enemy. Okay, this should do it. He can't stun it by damaging our face. There you go. You just snap it in there. Snap it in there and say, that's it. That's all we needed, dude. All right. So in terms of building the deck, there's a few things I think is important for Evelynn in terms of taking down the Aurelion Sol battle. First and foremost, you need to keep your curve low, right? You're going to get up to Aurelion Sol. On turn like 5 of the game, he's going to have like 200 power of units on the board, and you're never going to overpower that. You have to just be able to spend all of your mana in the early game and carry through with your most powerful synergies. And so I try to cut out everything expensive so that we can just be super cheap. The next thing, we need some kind of catch-all removal to where we can just say, okay, your 1 unit cannot do anything this turn. And so we need to find a stun, a rally, or a stun, some kind of recall like Homecoming, something like Vengeance, something like Crumble, whatever, something that says this 1 unit is not doing anything this turn. Because as we have to go through all the adventures and deal with like 50-50 units, we want that 1 unit capability for takedown. And then other than that, you don't want to get too much bloat in your deck. But I think that this is a reasonable start. I don't want any of these cards now that you know what we're looking for. You could look towards Allure. I guess it's not horrible and that it's only going to cost 1 mana, but it's not particularly good. I just don't... It feels like good enough to not want to reroll here. It does not feel good. But here, again, with the champions, we want cheap cards and we want a guaranteed removal spell. Aphelios does kind of fit the bill for that, but he's going to be very expensive here with the plate, so I'm not super interested in him. Otherwise, no removals, so let's take a reroll. Up next, interesting with Draven, the Legion Saboteur does have Capture the Strongest Enemy, which does not care about spell shields, and so I am actually really excited to be picking up this Saboteur. And adding every copy of it that we can to our hand. And otherwise, this is a pretty strong Draven, right? It has a bit of heal attached to him, and then we get to start with Whirling Death every turn. I'm pretty on board with that. All right, so next set of battles. I do want to hit this champion item chest in the middle, right? We have a healer up top, champion item chest in the middle, or a shop at the bottom. And so we can go to either battle if we want to hit the champion item chest. I want to see if either of these have duplicate, right? Duplicate is a battle that I just never want to deal with. It's just way too strong at any course of the way. And so otherwise, not seeing it here, both Gangplank and Jin are pretty easy battles for Evelynn. I'm going to go up to battle against the Gangplank. He's not particularly strong against us if we can keep the powder kegs in check, right? They do a lot of AoE kind of stuff, but if we've given all of our units +1/+1, it's not that big of a deal. And I just don't particularly worry about these battles. Dudes like Salter are, pretty relevant given that he can hook in the powder kegs and stuff. So feel nice and safe, All right, got this sweet blocker. Not able to chain together the husks. Feels a little bit sad, but we're still okay, I assure you. Nice. The spell shield's particularly relevant here, given that if he wants to make it rain, it's not going to kill the husk, and then we'll get to load the husk onto Evelynn next turn. I'm certainly ready for the flip. All right, Gangplank in. He is pretty meaty here. We don't have the tools to take him down though. It's like the thing to worry about here is going to be him hooking in a husk and hitting us for 9, but kind of is what it is,
See what's beneath while I see what's inside.
We didn't talk about his powers. He gets a powder keg every turn, and then if he drops below 15, he gets the Dreadway the next turn. But I think this is fine. Yeah, see, I was a little worried about him hooking in the husk. He says, "F you, buddy. I'm hitting for big damage today." But I'm fine with this. He is going to have the mana for the Dreadway. Might have messed that up. That might have been a little sloppy. Let's see.
Let's keep going.
Was that too sloppy? I forgot that he's going to have all the extra mana here. I think we're okay. Right, what if we drop the Prankster? Our Evelynn has Overwhelm, so we might be able to just Whirling Death, whatever blocks her, and then get a couple more kills through the Phantom Prankster. Seems reasonable. As long as he's not going to like pop us with a big AoE here, I don't think we particularly care. Right, so if we pull in one of these... That just feels a little bit short. All right, let's see how it goes. We do have the Whirling Death to take down the Dreadway if we want, so we don't have to worry about the double damages hitting all of our stuff. That's probably what we got to do here. All right, but much more manageable now. If he wants to attack with Gangplank next turn, we have Evelynn strikes to try and kill. Got this nice collection of friends on board. Ooh, Evelynn. I thought Evelynn was going to be perma-flipped. All right, we're good now. I ain't scared.
Keep going.
All right. You getting boomed now, son. Bring in the Draven. Get that little bit of health before we head into the next battle, Nothing wrong with a little bit of health.
That was hot. Lights out.
I rarely forget and never forget.
All right. Comes the squad. That looks like a decent attack. A quick attacking Draven into Gangplank. The overwhelm damage up front. Ooh, got him. Didn't take too much damage there. That got a little scary. That got a little sloppy, but I don't worry about the Gangplank battle too much, and so maybe we just need to focus in a little bit.
Damn, I'm good.
right, what do we got here? At least this stuff is cheap. I'm leaning towards the Bloodthirsty Marauder. It's not great in the against champions, but it's a nice and cheap interactive unit here. A 3-attack challenger for 1 mana, not the worst deal. And we rolled the Scout into Evelynn. Beautiful, beautiful. Get those high-powered plays. And so, moving on, up top we got the Stilted Robemaker. I do not remember what that is. Let me pull that up real quick. Okay, we are just on the ftpbus.com site. If you go up to the top to utilities, there'll be events and powers. Events are the exclamation points. We can pull all of them up here. Search for the Robemaker, and what does he do? You can buy a copy of Darkness or the various Darkness cards with items attached to it. You can keep buying and buying, but the price doubles each time. Not super interested in that. Darkness is like little interesting, given that we have the spells cost 1 less, but for the most part, it's not going to be that strong. And so, Karma, this should be okay. The Karma is like a little bit worrisome. Because you remember the Aurelion Sol power, you get the double power when you come into play, then you double again when you level up. Karma comes down and immediately levels up because she has 10 mana crystals, so she's like a 40/40 or something on the first turn. And we haven't picked up that removal spell we're looking for, but I think that we can still be okay here. I usually don't have too much trouble with this battle because we pop off like really quick with these Evelynn level ups when we have the full 10 mana. All right, but this guy's gonna be like the shining accomplishment in our deck. The Legion Saboteur just gonna come down and say, "LOL, watch this, Karma. I'm gonna eat you on the first turn." Okay, so we can lead with Salter. That's gonna give us a Husk. I want to be flipping Evelynn this turn. So let's go ahead and capture Karma. The Husk is going to go back to our hand because of our ability. Then we can replay the Husk and then play Evelynn afterwards. Do we even want to bother with it, though? I mean, we can just play Vora. Maybe we'll just drop this Allure. They're losing out on the stats from the Evelynn coming on board, but I think that's okay.
Don't worry, it's not my first.
All right, now Evelynn comes in. She's got Scout and Impact. She's going to be ready to hit. She might be hitting for 10 on an attack. I don't know. I'm not exactly sure what the full damage will be here. She's got 3 impact. That'll be enough. All right. See ya, Karma. Nice try. Oh, shit. She's got that, the Tryndamere Nexus. I forget about the Tryndamere Nexus every single time. Okay. We should still be okay. Our Evelynn isn't flipped, so she'll get to flip again on this turn and get the big attacks in again. Just another Saboteur. That's what life's all about. All right, so once we get through all the animations, we should be good to end this one.
Where there is life, there is hope.
Watch this, Karma. Watch this. LOL, you're gone. What a joke. What a joke, Karma. There's the last caress. Here we go. Get this unit off the board, then we should be good to clear this one out. All right. GG.
It's always over so soon.
So what do we got here? Anything interesting? This stuff's all very expensive. I don't really want any of it. Let's spend a reroll. Sparring Student, not that spectacular. Oh, but no, Saltor starting in the opening hand. Beautiful, beautiful. This one's really shaping up here now. That's quite good. So up to the next one. Got a spells chest. Don't have to take anything here. I'm not opposed to decisive maneuver, right? I am looking for that way to just kind of stop anything for a turn, and decisive maneuver lets us do that. But it's not particularly strong. This is a close one. This is like right on the edge of something I'm okay to have within our deck. It does have some kind of like interesting combos in our deck, giving all the husks the bonus, which we can then make permanent, but it's not really enough reason to want it. I just worry that if we don't like pick up something here and then we go to battle against Fiora, we're not going to have any like permanent removals. So fine. Up to the next one, we can hit up the shop, see if we find a nice power or something. You draw a card, give allies 1 attack this round, not bad. In terms here, either just cheap stuff or the removals, right? I don't want removals like Concerted Strike. It can't kill a 50-50 unit with a Concerted Strike, so I don't really want it. Health Potion's kind of an interesting build-around card since it's going to be free, but I don't think we want any of those. Okay, I'll take Higher Education. And on to Fiora. Alright, so round start. Foe gets the mana gem, and then when one of the foes' allies challenges us, that unit gets tough. I ain't scared, Evelynn. We're starting to pop off. Starting to get moving, get rolling. Feels good. So what do we got here? We got our Legion Saboteur. So good. We could just mulligan everything else. We're going to draw a champion at the beginning of the game. Going to draw a Salter at the beginning of the game. That all makes me feel nice and strong as well. Drew all the Evelynns. That's a little bit awkward, but we're moving. Got a million cards in hand. Feels nice. You can't play Fiora this turn. He'll play Fiora next turn. So we should be good in terms of getting the capture on her with our Legion Saboteur. Watch this. Are you ready for it? Are you ready? Watch this. Gotcha. What a joke. What a joke. Alright, so here I'm leading off with the Warden's Praise, so we have good blockers against his dudes. Just come out and not take any damage. Feels nice. Now we can start dropping our Evelynns that we have, since we have the Husk on board. Do we want to attack first? If we attack first, we still get a scout attack later, but or if we attack first, we'll get the rally from Evelynn, but our only good attack is really with the Saboteur, and I don't want to be giving away that Fiora capture.
See what's beneath while I see what's inside.
Hey, not bad. So Evelynn getting that +1 from our Higher Education, moving over to Evelynn. That's what I was talking about in terms of getting a little bit of extra bonus out of that thing with the Husks getting the upgrade and then keeping it permanent by transferring it to a different unit. All right. Well, Evelynn out here beating them up. We're going to get a definite upgrade next turn since we got 3 dead allies this game, so we'll definitely get an Evelynn level up. We'll get a rally. That's probably enough to just end the game. If not, it should be pretty close. He brings in Dragon. Do we have any do we have any 1-cost cards? I'm actually pretty excited about this Pesky Spectre just coming in and giving us the level up while not wasting any of our mana and letting us decisive maneuver away the Screeching Dragon. This is probably the best Pesky Spectre of my life. So I appreciate it, friend. I thank you for the work you've done today. All right, so let's make scout attacks. You know, at the end of the day, we might just be playing Last Caress to take down this Screeching Dragon, but you know, I think we're looking good. Comes another big attack. Leave the Saboteur at home. Alright, looks good. Wow, Evelynn's... We're going to get that 3rd level up on Evelynn next turn. That's fantastic. Well, if we kill off the unit... Oh, no, okay. We have enough now. I saw her at 5/6 the last time I highlighted the thing. But with 1 mana, we should be able to Last Caress this guy down. Now, Should be good to win with the open attack next turn. Nothing wrong with that. Alright, got a bunch of husks on board. They'll grow next turn. Again, don't think we're going to need it, but, you know, we can make super unit steam if we need to. Is that what you want to see? You want to see the giant steam come in? Alright. I got you, fam. Don't worry. we can make a big elusive attack here. Or a big scout attack here. There's nothing wrong with that. You said, bust, bring it upon me. Give me some more animations. I need it. I need it. I didn't have enough animations on the day. Thanks for bringing them on. All right, GG. Fiora down.
Again sometime.
Okay, so we don't have to just keep stacking Evelynns, but I think we're to the point to where I might want one more copy. It's tough with her in the sense that Last Caress would be like really good and constructed or really good in these battles to where the opponent doesn't have 50-50 units, right? And so we run into a lot of bad spots to where the Last Caress just doesn't do anything, and then we've got like 3 copies of her in hand. And so I'm kind of okay with just picking up Dravens at some point, but Colossal Hammer and Phage are both so strong. I think I want to add in one of them, and I'm leaning towards the Colossal Hammer just to try and make those strikes a little bit better. Up next, into the powers. What do we got? Yip's Genius? Oh, that's just so perfect, right? I was like, what? I was trying to think of what one-cost units we have in our deck, and it's like, yeah, there's our Saboteur that's good and some other stuff. And then it's like, oh, every single husk. Gotcha. That's perfect, Yip's Genius. Thank you. All right, so we either got Healer to remove a card, Gold Chest, which is meh, and an Item Chest, which, man, I'm tempted to go after the Item Chest just because of how good our Legion Saboteur is, but I don't want to kind of like count on rolling into the Item Chest and having it be there. And so I think we can do battle with Sejuani. That's not super strong, but we can come up here and cut out cards from our deck at the Healer. And so on to Sejuani to get the items on all the cards in the deck, sure. And then when the foe summons a unit, you give it +1/+1. This is typically not that bad of a battle. I usually like to have a little bit more, you know, that single target removal before we get here, but yeah, it'll be okay. These cards are all trash, though. Let's hang on to the Viper Worm just to make sure we have a dude. Well, we know we're going to pick up Salter. Oh, we picked up all the Salters, but let's say maybe we'll pick up just that full collection of cards we need before the first turn rolls around. All right, Salter, you're here. Sure. We've been shattered. My dreams, my hopes. All gone. All gone. Dang you, Sejuani. All right, but yeah, look how big these husks are already. I appreciate that friendly Von Yip. Let's do this. Let's actually just bring in this big Viper Worm. Like, there's a chance that it's going to come in and just get frostbitten, but I think that's okay. This didn't work out exactly how I wanted. I thought we were going to get a husk back, and then we could replay the husk on this turn and just have all the monster stats on it, but this is still okay. We're still strong. Ooh, an elusive Ruthless Raider. Interesting. So let's do this. Let's play Salter. I don't suspect we're going to lose a husk this turn, but we might. And then oh man, I was going to say, I hope we can get in here and block so that we can Whirling Death the Ruthless Raider, but he was too scared of our other blockers, so we fell a little bit behind. This is not going as planned. I guess this part will go as planned. We can go ahead and send the squad in, and then we'll get a we'll get a rally out of Evelynn. It's kind of uncalled for, dude. Kind of uncalled for. All right, well, we should be safe from a frostbite. We have the spell shield on our dude. All right, we'll get a little bit of an Evelynn turn going.
Does she? Maybe I'll satisfy her cravings.
All right, get ready for the animations.
Scream for me.
Oh, we still get a scout attack, don't we? Oh, I forgot about that. I forgot about all the sweet things you could do, Evelynn. Well, that takes away from it. We had we had some opportunities for sweet things there. Opponent disagreed. Man, she's just gonna get frostbitten next turn as well. That's lame. That's why you don't have any friends, Sejuani. Is that too mean? Is that too much to say? I'm sure Sejuani has all kinds of friends. We shouldn't say stuff like that. All right, though. Let's get Steam on board. That's going to give us the scout unit with the flipped Evelynn, and then he'll attack with Sejuani. We'll drop a decisive maneuver. So we should at least be getting some attacks out of Evelynn this turn. We'll get a couple points in with the impact, even if... Oh, she's not going to be frostbitten, right? He frostbit something else.
Yes, I bite.
What did you do, Sejuani? Yeah, you getting boomed, you say. That's too much, Bust. This is too much for me. All right. Let's do that again sometime. All right, so what do we got? Anything useful? Not really. This is all pretty expensive. I don't want the Reborn Grenadiers. The Legion Marauder, cute with the barrier, but not really worth it. I'm just going to pick up the Solitude here. It is a little expensive, but makes a husk with a keyword. We can use that for Evelynn, right? It's so expensive. I'm like okay with Steam because he makes himself cheaper, but I just imagine we're just never gonna play it. I'm really looking to just cut this out of our deck at this point. All right, well, guess that's gone. So, oof. Oh, man, we got to fight a duplicate. These are always so tough. Okay, so on our way to Ezreal, he's got duplicate. They copy the first card they play each turn, and then the standard Ezreal thing, the spells cost 1. They get a fleeting static shock as Ezreal flips. Instead of getting static shocks, they get true shot barrages. We should be fairly okay here. He's got to get a lot of targets, but all of our husks are so big. We can kind of fight through the static shocks a little bit. And here, I just kept our whole hand. Like I want to be picking up Salter. He's so good. I could see a little bit of a mulligan here in terms of trying to pick up Evelynn, but now that we have the Yips Genius, like our husks are all so big, and that Evelynn level up just isn't important. And so I don't want to say it's not important. It's not as important as if we were just getting a 0-1 husk. So Ezreal gonna be kind of annoying here. We can't block him, but he can't kill any of our units, so let's just add domination and build up. Alright, there's some elusive though. So we can take this bit of Ezreal damage. Next turn we can say play Draven. Get a little bit of heal, get the Fading Husk back in our hand, and then replay the Fading Husk so that we have access to an additional elusive. Kind of on board with that. All right, you got some targets in there. Well, we killed something, right? That's all that matters. That's all that counts. Got something.
Whoa, got room for 2? Not sure I have room for 1.
All right, so it's important to have these additional elusives. I'm not sure if he's going to open attack on us or not, but I was kind of hoping. Well, we don't have the mana to decisive maneuver. Kind of a frown there. We can Whirling Death this turn, though. So let's do this. I'm going to add Viper Worm. We'll just strike down the Salter. I don't know if opponent's going to attack or not, but with spending our mana this way, we can still add another Fading Husk to the board. We can Whirling Death, and so hopefully we can prevent a bit of this. And I'm hoping he's just afraid to attack with his assembly bots and apprentices and the like. Ooh, that one's gross. Okay. He's definitely attacking now, isn't he? Alright, we'll prevent the damage where we can. The 3/3s are the biggest one. We'll send a Whirling Death at the 4/3. Gotta take 6. I guess it's not that terrible. Feels like with his board we're just taking infinite damage here, but maybe it's not as bad as I was giving it credit for. 1 health unit is a little scary since he can start dropping the static shocks on it. He hasn't done too many targets though. Ezreal's only at 4. Draven comes back. Alright, well I'm going to get all my elusive friends down here. We'll add Draven. We get the Fading Husk back in hand. We can then add Fading Husk back to the board. Drop in a Viper Worm. We'll just send the Viper Worm at our domination since it's going to die anyways. Alright. Well, Ezreal's down. That's a start. So if we can draw an Evelynn to get a rally next turn, that would be good. Or if we can just prevent the damage coming in. Did we lose out? Did we not play our elusive guy? Shenanigans are afoot.
Excuse me? This is gonna hurt for you.
Alright, so we gotta block some of this stuff. Want to take minimum damage here. Alright, then we can Whirling Death. So we only take 3. Okay. Then hopefully we can just finish off next turn. It's about as good as you can hope for against a duplicate round, I guess, if we've only taken a small handful of damage. Doesn't have any elusives now, so we got a means to just open and kill. Alright. One time dealer. I forgot we even had hate spikes in our deck. We haven't been casting any of that. Alright, you're gonna take your parting shot of 2 damage, but okay, what else can we say? Whew, those duplicate rounds, though. At least we aren't up against, like, duplicate Darius or duplicate Sejuani, where they just say, herder, here's like, 80 power overwhelm, have fun. Ezreal was at least a little bit manageable. Alright, beautiful. More Salters, starting in the opening hand and now healing. No complaints there. Into the shop. What do we got? I saw a Battle Fury in there. I'm always on board for a Battle Fury, but I don't know if this is the deck for it. Let's see. What's Double Agent? Strike, everyone draws 1. Thermogenic Beam, don't want. I am a little bit interested in this Crumble. This plays quite nicely in our deck. It's only going to cost 3. It's one of those catch-all removal spells that I'm looking for. Good with Trifarian Might. We have some opportunities to activate this thing, so it's a good add. The Crumble, I think we want to pick up a couple copies. Maybe not the full set. Maybe we do need the full set. All right, it's in. We're leaving. Moving on. Alright, so moving forward, we got this epic spells chest at the bottom. I'm interested. And then the Monastery of Harana. That's kind of a tempting go, right? That's a kind of a healer. I don't remember if I have the good. Yeah, we got the good thing on here. You can heal for 25% of your maximum health. You can cut all copies of a card from your deck or add a healing kind of card to your deck. And so I'm not opposed to the cut a card, but man, the epics have so much potential down here, and so I think that's where we're going to go. Head into Jinx. Oh, she's got Duplicate, though. This is not a battle I want to deal with Duplicate, so we'll fight Zed. Sorry about that, Zed. So the foe, he gets the random items on all their cards, and then he has the Strike ability. So your kind of standard constructed-y way of dealing with Zed is you just block half and he doesn't flip. That doesn't apply here since he gets to hit your Nexus, and then after he hits your Nexus, he has that strike ability from his powers that get that second strike in. All right, Salter, though. All the stats, all the items, all the keywords. You're my favorite guy today, dude. All right, get a juicy little block in. Salter is ready to combat, and we'll see what opponent does. If he's just gonna play Zed, we'll spike him with the Legion Saboteur. Oh well, oh you dropping emotes? How about a little cupcake, bro? You want a little cupcake on your day? Get that nonsense out of here. Come on, Zed. Alright, so we've got an Evelynn ready to go in hand. Let's just go ahead and open attack. Get a big old chunk of damage in. Then we can drop Evelynn and take the rally. It should be really close to lethal here. Alright, so the Evelynn comes in. She gets all the stats. She deploys some more stats. Some stats on top of stats. And then let's see what happens. Let's see what goes. Alright, so scout attack. Coming at you. Regular attack. Coming at you. Alright, GG, Zed. That was pretty easy.
Let's do this again sometime.
All right. Oh man, I was about to say let's go get ourselves an epic spell, and then that's just not happening whatsoever. So all right, we got Draven in here. That sounds good. Ruined Reckoner is actually kind of strong, getting those free attacks, but I think I'm okay with the elusive Draven. Moving on to the monastery. Want to just cut cards. Oh, you can add quick attack to anything. It's only adding items. It's not adding additional copies. So we'll skip on the Legion Saboteur there. Cutting cards. I think we'll go with the, well, maybe we just go with Hate Spike. We already have a lure to add more copies of, or add like husks to the board. All right, that's fine. We can get rid of that one. Now we can cut a card again. Something expensive. I want to hang on to Crumble, Decisive Maneuver, Whirling Death. Phantom Prankster, a little bit on the expensive end. Otherwise, we're looking at Viper Worms. Okay, let's just cut out the Prankster. We'll hang on to Steam for the moment. He's a fairly high-powered play. All right, on to Nautilus. Okay, so round end. The foe's units get +1/+1, and then the standard Nautilus ability when any unit dies. That includes all of our friendly little husks that we'll be eating. You heal the foe's Nexus 1, and then the foe tosses 1 if they are not deep. Can't go for the big decking OTKs here. You can't just keep killing stuff. They stop tossing once they hit deep. So with this, let's just get rid of Evelynn. We got to get rid of Salter as well. It's when I'm not in your opening hand I draw you, so need him to go. I don't know, man. Maybe we should be hanging on to these Evelynns. I've been in this space to where I really like just hard mulliganing to get that Huskmaker and that Evelynn. And then in that, like, with the Yip's Genius, it kind of feels like we don't need her, but it just feels like we're also so underpowered if we're not trying to pull that off. So I don't know, man. The struggles of playing Runeterra, am I right? sometimes things gotta be a little complex, a little challenging. All right, but we have the Evelynn here. Do we want to, if we want to get the flip on our next turn, we can only spend 2 mana here. Right? No, well, not necessarily. We just have to have the Husk on board next turn. We can only spend 2 mana if we want to replay a Husk. I think we're good to just drop Vora. We can hold off on old Draven for the moment. See, that's the Trifarian might coming at you there. If you weren't quite sure how that worked, the units are coming onto the board. They get all the Husk abilities, and then once the Husk abilities have loaded up, then they do the strike. So we've got a lot of big power plays coming out of our Husk bonus attack. Got nothing? That's it? Oh man, you about to have a scout and Evelynn coming at you. You better drop something, Nautilus. You better drop something.
By her cravings. See what's beneath
I'm about to drop some animations on you. I'll certainly let you know that.
That's it.
Just a stun. Okay. You see the Riptide come down and you're like, oh no, I'm about to lose a unit, but not quite the case. Not quite. We're looking good.
Scream for me. Back on the prowl.
Okay, so the thing we can do here, I think we did this in a previous game, right? We can open attack. Looks like that's just going to be lethal anyways, but this will count as our attack for the turn. Then, if we play a Husk and level up, that'll rally our Evelynn. She can still make a scout attack, right? Your scout attack doesn't have to be your first one. Just has to be an attack you make with only scout units. And so we could have got the open attack there, played a Husk, leveled up our Evelynn, got the rally, attacked with Evelynn on her own because she has scout. That's going to give us another attack token, and then we could have made another normal style attack, if you will. So coming in here, I think we're fine to just keep adding in Evelynns. I don't know, man. Let's just take barrier. I'm still not quite certain on the amounts of items we want there. Here, not worried about the gold. Endless Wealth can be cool. If we were set up with some of the gold-based item equipments, this would be pretty bigger. Gold-based relics, but we aren't there. We'll just start with out of the gates, get an early game unit on the board. Coming up to this next set, we have an Epic Shop and a Healer. The Epic Shop requires a Darius battle, which is fine, and then otherwise it's a Fizz. I'm good to battle Darius. You know, if you're fighting Darius and he has duplicate, you know, you choose your own path in life. I don't choose that path, but the foe's units getting +1/+1 is not that big of a deal. So at round end, Darius deals 1 damage to the player's Nexus for each unit that he has. Ready to dunk on us. Dunk Master Darius coming at you. When are they going to drop those skins? Is that stuff like... is it too close to the NBA? Have they locked that down and said you aren't allowed to Dunk Master anymore? That's one of the few skins I remember from League. All right, ton of stats coming down. Salter ready to hit. I worry that he's not going to attack, and we're just not going to. We're still going to be taking the damage off of that ability. Whatevs. All right, though. We got this elusive husk that I want to make usage of. Let's do this. I'm going to spend all of our mana. Let's drop the allure. Bring in the Bloodthirsty Marauder. The elusive husk will come back to hand. We can replay it, and then we should be pretty close to just killing him with Evelynn next turn.
We ride as one.
Pretty close. Looking pretty easy game here, though. Pretty easy. The deck is churning along now. I don't know, man. I like to call my shot, but I always worry up against Aurelion Sol. I didn't check. We'll probably get up there, and he'll probably just have duplicate, and we'll be saying, oh, F. But as it stands, man, the deck's moving. It's moving right along.
See what's inside. That's it.
So many stats. Many stats on board, many strikes, many scouts. All the good stuff coming in. All right, Rip Darius. Oof. Easy. Let's get some of these epics in here now.
It's always over so soon.
Okay, so what do we got? Evelynn summoning ephemeral copies. It's good. If you want to say some downside to Evelynn adding ephemeral copies is that the ephemeral copy is probably going to do their Trifarian strike and then just immediately die. But, you know, getting the strike's not that bad. And now we might have too many copies of Evelynn in our deck. Do we want to actually just re-roll? No. Cancel. Get this out of here. How do I minimize? I want to... All right, I'm going to reroll. Fine. Ooh, another capture on the Arachnoid Sentry. Sounds good to me. This capture thing is so strong. That's our reroll of the day. Into the shop. What do we got? Buy a power. Going to get it. Can't stop, won't stop. Buffs are permanent. Sweet. Look at, we're not going to run out of money here. So let's see. Buried in the Ice, quite strong. I'm tempted about Buried in the Ice. Don't want possession, right? We're about to just deal with champions. I don't worry about taking followers. Otherwise, Standstone Chimera is too expensive. Kingpin's just too much of a unit. And the Voidling's not terrible. He does have that round start, get a mana gem, but might be a little bit too expensive. A little bit too expensive on a 1-drop. Hang on. I mean, he doesn't have enough stats to be relevant. Buried in Ice. We're just not going to be playing enough spells for it, I don't think. I think we're reasonably well set up, but it's just like I see a card like Buried in Ice and know that as we get up to Aurelion Sol. Oh my god, he does have duplicate. F. Okay. All right, let's go for the power. Let's pick up these Voidlings. One Buried in the Ice. How much more space do we got? I'm gonna alternate. Voidling in. Buried in the Ice. Can't afford one more. Okay. Oh man, I didn't realize this was gonna be a duplicate battle. All right. And so, Viego, round in, they get bonuses, and then here, the foe summons an ephemeral copy of the strongest unit that we had die the previous turn. A little bit of bonus for opponent getting those husks with our stat bonuses. All right, though, get rid of Solter. We've got our Voidling, that's fine. I think we're good to get rid of a decisive maneuver as well. It's okay here against Viego. He does have a lot of big stats. Oh. I heard you like to ramp. Let's do some of that ramp thing everybody's talking about. All right, so much going on. Voidling. Taking the ramp. Look at that. Jesus, the unit's so big. All right, add in a fresh husk. Get an attack step in. Our Voidling has Overwhelm. All right, not bad, not bad. You huge, friend. He's not even evolved, and he's still got all the stats. All right, so dude gets a husk. Oh, his husk doesn't get the Von Yep bonus, though. Okay. I'm not scared of that. Can we just kill him right here? This leveled up Evelynn's looking pretty strong. Come in, kill some stuff, get some free attacks. No complaints from me.
Mind if I slip into something a little more painful?
Still worried about this Aurelion Sol round. It's just, that's the way it goes, man. It's always scary. Let's see. Scout attack, good. Opponent no blocks. Regular attack, easy game. All right, GG Viego. Whew, so it looks easy there, but man, I'm still scared.
Let's do this again sometime.
I can't remember. I don't remember if the Aurelion Sol ability counts as their first card for the turn, where he just summons a champion. I don't quite remember how that works. But, ooh, Last Breath Rally onto the Voidling. Definitely happy to get more of this guy in here. All right, on to Katarina. All right, so Katarina, when the foe plays a champion, you give their other units +2/+2, and then they have the shuffled 10 champions into their deck. The first time we've seen it here, I'm still not sure how I feel about that ability, right? They have the deck designed to do these specific things with Katarina coming into play and boosting all the units, and then you just add in a bunch of random stuff. And so, we'll see. I'm not really worried about it, but I think it's an odd ability to have attached to the opposing champions. All right, Salter coming in. Our high-valued Voidling's not turning up, but that's okay.
I have my orders.
He plays a he plays a Legion Saboteur. Does not capture our strongest unit. So weak. And it just gets struck down. Sad day for you, friend.
Never play fair.
All right. Can't even attack with your Katarina. Life must be hard. It's like we do have the 1-drops in hand if we want to try and Whirling Death this turn, but I mean I don't think we need to. Let's just get Draven in. Ooh, well, Draven actually was a mistake here. If we want to play Evelynn next turn and rally, we're not going to be able to do it. Oh, whoopsies. Gosh, she's so big. I think we can still just send everybody, though. Oh. Oh, it's not bad. Discard something. I don't know, crumble. It's kind of expensive here. Take down the Senna. Alright. And so, yeah, a little unfortunate we're not going to level up our Evelynn next turn, but I think we can probably get out of this one without taking any more damage.
It's good to be the king.
Was hoping you'd stop by. She's been missing you.
She's ready to block.
Maybe I'll satisfy her.
What you got? Rear guard? It's not too intimidating here, rear guard. Alright, so our normal attack.
Big mistake.
Deal some damage. We'll add a fresh unit. Get the rally. Get the takedown from there.
Oh, I can't wait. Laura, looking for satisfaction?
We got that lethal yet?
See what's beneath.
Hope you're ready for some animations.
Side. That's it.
We can probably realistically just attack here. Huh? this is pretty done, right? All right, GG. On to Aurelion Sol.
It's always over so soon.
So what you got? Something big, something good for the end? Or buried in the ice? Man, I don't want any of this garbage. I guess we could pick up a group shot if it's just going to start in our opener, but like the best it's doing in this game is just like popping a spell shield off of Aurelion Sol. I'm not really excited about that. Would we rather just have an additional copy of a good card? Probably not. All right. All right, so off we go. Onto Aurelion Sol. We mentioned he has the duplicate. I worry about this. The first copy is the first card they play each turn, so hopefully it doesn't tie into that Aurelion Sol ability. Hang on. This is a different one. Not what I was expecting. The foe summons a random level 2 champion equal to their max mana. Okay, that's what I thought it was. They changed the text on me or something. They did something weird. It's never me. It's never my problem. It's never something I did. It's got to be Riot's problem. So, okay, I'm happy to start with these Voidlings and the Sentry, right? The Sentry has the chain gifts, the chain gauntlet attached to it, whatever it's called, to take down the opposing big unit. So we're really looking to tie that into what we are doing here. And I think we look strong. I think we have the tools we need to finish this one off. I was going to say the only downside was our champion draw was Draven, but then we did pick up the Evelynn right here at the end. Get those strikes in. God, we're looking so strong. Good, good. Do that. He's afraid to attack. Okay, okay. We might be doing something here. Might be doing good. More Voidlings, cool. Is it gonna be big enough to just take down Lee Sin? That would be pretty sweet. Why are you so small? Feels like this should be much larger. But we're still getting the good strikes in, though. And our Voidlings have that rally thing attached to it, right? So if he wants to block and kill one of them with the Lee Sin, we're going to get a fresh one back.
I will not hold back.
I mean, He may just block this whole game like a dum-dum and completely throw all this stuff away. I wouldn't put it past the opponent to do something like that. And so I think we're okay. He gets the trade, sure. We ate that last husk, and so we made that little whoopsies again to where we can't level up our Evelynn on this upcoming turn, but I mean, I think we're still okay. I'm not really worried about it. All right, his first card played was a heal. That was a big win for us. Now we can just like capture Hecarim and then look to play our. Oh, it's when he levels up. That's why these ephemerals are small. We can say like play the Sentry, play Salter, and then next turn have an Evelynn, and then use Evelynn to get a rally. I'm pretty confident we've got the win here. So we can drop in the Salter. That's going to get us the husk. We have an open attack to get Scion. Scion's kind of scary, giving out rallies. I think this is okay. It's a little bit of a bummer, right? We're gonna play our units and then just get the rally back. It's not exactly what I wanted to do, but I think this is okay. I guess the other option, we have this Whirling Death mana. Maybe that's how we take it. I saw our attack with the Sentry here too, and I was like, that's a little whoopsies. That guy dies and he gets Hecarim back. It's not the end of the world, but it's not spectacular. Alright, so he plays Aurelion Sol. I feel pretty safe now. The Evelynn has the barrier, and he has to like kill us right away.
See what's beneath while I see what's inside. That was hot.
Got this group shot ready to take down Scion. That's why we picked up the group shot, right? So we can just do this, just kill the Scion. We'll block just in case, but what a joke. All right. I'm pretty sure we got it. I'm feeling really good about this now. So we got our scout attack with Evelynn. Great. Get him for 12. To attack with everybody else. Doesn't matter where he blocks. If he blocks one of our Voidlings, we'll get a rally. Coming in for 37. Taking down Aurelion Sol. So GG. Not a bad set. Not a bad culmination of the playthrough of Evelynn. I will say it took me, maybe that was my like 4th attempt at Aurelion Sol. The big kind of spike for me with Aurelion Sol was hitting that like level 20 space. And so if you're really struggling with this event, I think that's a good spot to look to where you get the second rare relic and then you get the champion draw at the beginning of the game. Otherwise, we're really pieced around and built around that level up ability. I like all the stuff we're pulling off here. And I think we've really kind of covered on the power of the Evelynn level ups and then looking to take advantage of the husks. And so here we did have that really high powered stuff with Von Yip's Genius, but even if it's just a matter of the weakest unit gets +3/+3, or if it's draw a card, your units get +1/+0, just a way to take in the advantage in with the husks and tie in to those abilities is what you're really going to be looking for with Evelynn. And so, good stuff. I had fun with that. I hope you did too, because that is going to do it for us today. And so I hope everyone enjoyed the video. Hope you maybe learned a thing or two along the way and had a good time watching. This is Bustin. We thank you for being here.